I read a question and I immediately look for the passage and where to go. For cars, I read it one time through slowly, tell myself that, hey, I want to be an absolute expert on this topic and like go with a positive mind frame, not like, oh gosh, this is, art history. I don't want to learn about this. Negative mindset always made me do worse. For bio, because there are so many different things, different pieces of jargon, terminology that they throw at you in the passage, I skip the passage completely. I go straight to the questions and answer all the questions I can without the use of the passage, and then we'll skim and look for specific words from the question to answer the questions where I do need the passage. And then psych soc, at that point I was fatigued, and I try to approach psych soc like I do with cars. That was still hard for me because I was so fatigued at that point. But psych soc was my lowest of the topics, but I tried to approach that one like I did cars.
Okay, thank you. One more question. Will you go back to slide 31, please? I don't know what I'm missing and why I find it confusing, but you highlighted in red, down regulate. Why? I'm thinking in my mind that it would up regulate, but no.
Yeah, correct. Because you are using different sources of energy. So sources of energy will be fatty acids. You break the fatty acids and whatnot. So because you're using this for energy, you are
Okay, I
not
get
going
it
to,
now.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And pretty much, yeah, your summary of my approach is accurate. Yeah, so for my content review, I use TBR for more of the structure. And then also I had Todd. So Todd did all of my chem phys. So he did general chemistry, he did organic chemistry, he did physics. And so I'm sure you all know the quality of Todd. He's just amazing. So I use TBR mostly for that and using his tricks. Again, I don't like math, and so I use his real world tricks and whatnot to help me. But I also use it for more of the structure. Like today, hey, we're learning about electrochemistry. I don't like electrochemistry, so if I was studying alone, I would probably avoid electrochemistry. So it kind of kept me accountable. But what I did for a lot of my content review is, yeah, I sat through the lectures and whatnot. But practice questions. I use practice questions, Q packs, section banks, full length exams to do content review as well. So I try to do content review in kind of the context of applying it. And so, yeah, I'd take a full length, and I would take one full length and take 2 full days of studying to review it. I went through that thing so diligently. I really, really adjusted my test taking ability and also use that for content review. So for the Kaplan book, I used it occasionally. I have those as well. I use those for more of the bio things as filler because, as you can tell, the bio books are just so loaded with just these really, really random pieces of detailed information, which I felt was a little bit too much. And so I used those to kind of help me orient on like what's more relevant. And I also, at the same point, went back and looked at what's actually going to be on there. And so using what I need to know is also how I helped kind of focus myself in. And so these slides, the way I've kind of oriented my slides are basically what I used for studying, because there's just so much and you just need to be able to figure out big picture on what's really relevant. So kind of the way I go through this content is how I also studied. It's kind of a window into how my brain thinks. Of course, thank you.